The sea serpent's engine roars to life, shattering the stillness of the early morning. The familiar rumble vibrates through the deck, a signal that another day of hard work is about to begin. Breaking the pre-dawn silence off the rugged Maine coast, the boat pushes away from the dock, its hull slicing through the inky water. The world is hushed, save for the engine and the distant call of a gull. Out here, the day starts before the sun, with salt, diesel, and the promise of the ocean in the air. The mist clings to your skin, and every breath tastes of brine and anticipation. The crew, bundled in waterproof gear, moves with practiced efficiency. No wasted steps, no words needed. Each person knows their role, and every movement is part of a well-rehearsed dance. Lobster pots stand ready, lines coiled, as the boat rocks on the dark swells. The gear is heavy, but it's been prepared with care, checked and double-checked the night before. The first orange crack of sunrise bleeds across the sky, signaling the real work is about to begin. Light glints off the wet deck, and the horizon glows with possibility. The captain, hands tough as leather, scans the water, reading the currents and tides for hidden lobsters. Years of experience are etched into every line on his face. The coastline fades behind, and you feel like a speck on a vast, moving canvas. Out here, the ocean stretches endlessly and the land becomes a memory. Gulls circle overhead, knowing where there are lobstermen, there are scraps. Their cries echo across the water, a constant reminder of the life that thrives here. The journey out is quiet, filled with final checks and sips of coffee from battered thermoses. These small rituals bring comfort, a moment of calm before the day's demands. Communication is mostly action, the flick of a wrist, the pull of a rope. Every gesture is understood, every movement purposeful, as the crew works in silent harmony. This is no job for the faint of heart. It's demanding, dangerous, and deeply physical. The sea tests your strength and your resolve with every haul. But for those who answer the ocean's call, it's more than a job. It's a way of life. There's pride in every catch and camaraderie in every shared challenge. Tradition runs deep here, passed down through generations. Fathers teach sons, mothers teach daughters, and the knowledge of the sea is a family legacy. Every new day on the water is a test of skill, grit, and respect for the sea. No two mornings are ever the same, and every challenge is met with determination. The rhythm of the waves sets the pace, and the crew is ready. Each person moves in time with the ocean, trusting in each other and in the boat. In the cold, beautiful light of morning, the legacy of Maine's lobstermen begins again. Another day, another chance to earn a living from the sea, and to honor the traditions that have shaped this rugged coast. That lobster roll on your plate is the result of a massive, hard-working industry rooted in Maine. Maine's fishermen haul in the majority of the U.S. lobster catch, fueling a multi-million-dollar economy. Over 100 million pounds of lobster are landed in a good year. This is no small operation. The industry supports entire communities, boat builders, bait suppliers, mechanics, and processing plants. When lobstering thrives, so do Maine's coastal towns. For many, lobstering isn't just a job, it's an identity, a legacy passed down through generations. The image of the independent lobsterman is a symbol of Maine's resilience and connection to the sea. Every lobster's journey involves thousands of people and hundreds of small businesses. It's more than a meal, it's the economic and cultural lifeblood of coastal America. And it all starts with a fisherman, a boat, and hope for a good haul. At the heart of lobstering is the lobster pot, a simple, ingenious trap perfected over generations. This humble device is a testament to the resourcefulness of coastal communities who have relied on it for centuries to harvest one of the ocean's most prized creatures. Made from sturdy wire mesh, the lobster pot is designed to withstand the harsh marine environment. It sits patiently on the ocean floor, baited with fish or other tempting morsels to lure lobsters inside, promising an easy meal. The trap has two main sections: the kitchen, where the lobster first enters, drawn by the scent of bait, and the parlor, a second chamber where it becomes trapped. This clever two-stage design increases the chances of a successful catch. Lobsters follow their instincts, crawling along the edges and through the funnel-shaped entrance, right into the parlor, where escape becomes nearly impossible due to the inward-sloping mesh and narrow passageways. Each trap is weighted to stay put on the seabed, and is connected to the surface by strong ropes and brightly colored buoys. These buoys aren't just practical, they're a fisherman's signature, marking ownership and helping locate traps in the vast ocean. Fishermen set their traps in long strings, sometimes stretching for hundreds of meters, allowing them to efficiently check and haul multiple pots at once during a single trip. Dropping traps in the right spot is an art, requiring deep knowledge of the ocean floor, tides, and lobster habits. Rocky outcrops and seaweed beds are often prime locations, as lobsters prefer these hiding places. The system blends simple physics with animal behavior, making it remarkably effective. The design takes advantage of the lobster's natural curiosity and movement patterns, turning the trap into an irresistible puzzle. Each trap is a patient puzzle, waiting for a curious lobster to wander in. Sometimes, several lobsters may find their way inside before the trap is hauled up. The design ensures sustainability. Only the right lobsters are caught. Escape hatches let undersized lobsters and other small creatures return to the sea, helping protect future generations and maintain healthy populations. It's a clever, time-tested method that keeps the industry thriving, balancing tradition with conservation. The lobster pot remains a symbol of ingenuity and respect for the ocean's resources. And it all starts with a well-placed trap, a bit of luck, and the timeless rhythm of life at sea. The Lobsterman's day is a cycle: set, haul, sort, repeat. Before dawn, the crew is already on the water, preparing for another long day at sea. The salty air is brisk, and the deck is slick beneath their boots as they ready the traps and gear for the hours ahead. At the fishing grounds, the sternman hooks the buoy, and the hydraulic hauler lifts the heavy trap from the depths. Each movement is practiced and precise, honed by years of experience and early mornings. Each trap's arrival is a moment of anticipation. What's inside this time? Sometimes it's a bounty, sometimes just a few, but every trap holds a bit of mystery and hope. Old bait is swapped for fresh, and the catch is quickly sorted. The crew works with speed and efficiency, knowing there are many more traps to check before the day is done. Lobsters are measured and checked. Undersized, oversized, or egg-bearing females go back to the sea. This careful process helps protect the future of the fishery, ensuring healthy stocks for years to come. Keepers are placed in a live well, staying healthy until the boat returns. The crew keeps a close eye on their catch, making sure the lobsters remain in top condition. The process is fast, wet, and physically demanding, hundreds of traps all day long. Every haul is a test of strength and stamina, especially when the weather turns. Rain, wind, and rough seas make the work even tougher, but the crew pushes on. Their determination is unwavering, no matter how challenging the conditions. The rhythm is relentless, but it's also satisfying. There's a sense of pride in the hard work and the camaraderie that comes from working side by side. As the sun sets, the boat heads home, hold full, crew exhausted but proud. The day's labor is written on their faces, but so is the satisfaction of a job well done. Tomorrow, the cycle begins again. The sea calls and the lobstermen answer, ready to face whatever the next day brings. It's a dance of skill, endurance, and teamwork. Every member of the crew plays a vital role in the day's success. And it's the heartbeat of Maine's coast, a tradition that connects generations and sustains entire communities. Not every lobster that hits the deck is a keeper. Sorting is key to sustainability. Fishermen use a simple gauge to measure the carapace. Only lobsters within a strict size range are kept. Too small, back they go to grow and reproduce. Too big, they're breeders, vital for the population, and are released. This careful selection is a long-term investment in the fishery's future. Every lobsterman respects these rules, their livelihoods depend on it. Egg-bearing females are handled with care. A V-notch is cut in their tail, marking them as protected breeders. Even after their eggs hatch, the notch ensures they're always released. This practice is a cornerstone of conservation, unique and highly effective. It's a sacrifice today for a thriving fishery tomorrow. The system works because everyone plays by the rules. Sustainability isn't just policy, it's tradition. And it's why Maine's lobster fishery is a global model. The lobster industry's sustainability is no accident. It's built on strict rules and a culture of stewardship. Fishermen, scientists, and regulators work together, with many conservation measures pioneered by lobstermen themselves. Trap limits prevent overfishing and licenses are tightly controlled, often requiring years of apprenticeship. Every trap must have a biodegradable escape panel. If lost, it won't become a permanent hazard. These simple solutions protect both lobsters and the ecosystem. Enforcement is rigorous. Marine patrols check catches and penalties for violations are steep. But most fishermen comply out of pride and responsibility, not fear. The rules balance economic needs with ecological health. Fishermen see themselves as guardians of the Gulf of Maine. Their commitment to the future is what keeps the fishery strong. It's a partnership between people, science, and the sea. And it's why Maine's lobster fishery continues to thrive. The lobster industry faces new threats, none bigger than climate change. The Gulf of Maine is warming rapidly, shifting lobster populations north and disrupting old patterns. Shell disease and changing food sources add to the uncertainty. Fishermen now travel farther offshore, increasing costs and risks. New regulations protect endangered right whales, requiring gear changes and area closures. These measures are vital for conservation but tough on small businesses. Rising costs for bait, fuel, and gear squeeze already thin margins. Market prices fluctuate, adding financial stress. Today's lobstermen must be resilient, adaptable, and innovative. They're not just fishermen, they're business owners, scientists, and advocates. Navigating this complex landscape is the new reality on the water. The industry is meeting challenges with innovation. Ropeless fishing systems are being developed to protect whales, buoys released only when needed, reducing entanglement risks. Fishermen collaborate with engineers and scientists, testing new gear and sharing real-world feedback. Advanced GPS and electronic logging help track catches and inform smarter management. Data from the boats help scientists understand lobster populations and adapt regulations. Traceability is growing. QR codes on lobster tags let diners see who caught their meal and where. This transparency adds value and connects consumers to the people behind the catch. The industry's willingness to adapt is its greatest strength. Tradition and technology now work hand in hand. It's a story of resilience, innovation, and pride. The story of the American Lobsterman is one of grit, tradition, and adaptation. Every day, they balance making a living with protecting the resource for the next generation. Climate change and new regulations demand even more innovation and resilience. But these communities have always adapted, weathering storms both literal and economic. The same ingenuity that created the V-notch and escape panels now drives new solutions. As consumers, our choices support this ecosystem of hard work and conservation. Every lobster on your plate represents a journey of skill, sweat, and stewardship. The future depends on the people who rise before dawn, measure each catch, and think ahead. It's a tough, honest job, and a vital part of America's story. With continued effort and a bit of luck, this tradition will endure for generations to come.